Hello, my name is Hillary. Welcome to Hillary's Whiskey Lounge. Today we're going to be talking about another wonderful beginner's single malt scotch, and this is GlenMorangie. This is from the Highlands, which is just north of this part of the Highlands, north of Inverness, in a little area called Tain. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. GlenMorangie means Valley of Tranquility. There are a lot of Gaelic words that start with Glen, a lot of whiskey names that start with Glen, and the name Glen just simply means Valley of. It's like a nice flattened out part. So GlenMorangie, Glen, yeah, lots of Glen names. I can't think of them all right now, but yeah, they do mean Valley of. So as you can see, this bottle, it's a really nice, nice clear amber color. And remember last time we were talking about chill filtering and coloring added. Well, nowhere on this bottle does it say non-chill filtered and no color added, which means that we can assume that it is chill filtered and there has been color added. But it's a beautiful color nonetheless. And remember that coloring added is the only other ingredient that you can, that in Scotland that can be added to single malt besides the barley, the water, and the yeast. So I've poured myself a dram, and I've also added a little bit of water to it with my trusty little 99-cent thrift store water pitcher. And I've just added probably a couple milliliters. It has a 43% alcohol by volume, which, where does it say that? No, it says it somewhere, probably on the, it should say it on the front. I'm not sure where it says it. Well, anyway, this is a 43%. So I added just a little bit of water to cut a little bit of the burn. I'm pretty much over the burn right now, but if you're still a beginner Scotch drinker, you still want to add a little bit of water. And as you might remember from one of the last videos too, that when we add water, we should let it sit for a little while, 15, 20 minutes, a half an hour. I just added this a couple minutes ago. I'm not going to wait. So let's take a quick nose first. I smell first a nice, clear, clean citrus smell, like oranges, almost like they have on the label, the GlenMorangie. It has nothing to do with oranges, although it does have a nice citrusy flavor or smell. I smell a little bit of like vanilla. It's really pleasant. It's a very nice, pleasant aroma, especially if you are a beginner Scotch drinker. And remember that adding a little water will open up the aromas as well as the taste. So let's have our first taste. That's nice and clean. It's just like the aroma. It has a nice citrusy flavor. There's a little bit of vanilla. I'm not sensing any nuttiness or anything like that. It's just more light citrusy vanilla. This GlenMorangie also makes a good mixer if you're into doing mixed cocktails, but we're not doing that here. We're just doing our neat with a little bit of water. So, but that's the nature of it. It's not so dominant that if you try to do a cocktail, it won't dominate your cocktail. So you can flavor it up. You can add different things to it. But like I said, we're not doing that here. We're just doing our nice single malts. So when you first taste, oh, yeah, okay, a little bit of alcohol there. Remember, you have your arrival, you have your development. That's when you want to let it sit on your tongue for a little while, move it all around, even swish it around a little bit so you hit all parts of your tongue. And then finally, the finish. I'm getting a really nice, clean, almost a buttery feeling, a buttery taste. It's really pleasant. It's very pleasant.
Yeah.
So I would encourage you to, if you haven't already gotten your beginner's bottle, such as Glenlivet, I would encourage you to maybe check this one out. This is a really nice beginner's single malt. And for our funny, weird, odd thing from the lounge today, we're going to talk about Bothies. So I said Bothy. That's B-O-T-H-Y. A Bothy is a little stone hut that you'll find sprinkled, scattered all over Scotland. And what they are, they're generally just like little open huts, kind of like the idea of a hostel, but they're little open huts that are available for travelers. They're rent-free. I'm not sure if they're really owned by anybody. They might be owned by whoever's land the Bothy happens to be on, but they're really just for travelers to seek shelter on the road. And the Bothies have become a quaint little symbol of Scotland, especially around the countryside. And so what I wanted to show you more specifically, not this little sketch, but I wanted to show you these little ceramic Bothies that I've been collecting. And they come from a little pottery place in Scotland around Perth, I think, just north of Edinburgh. And it's called GlenShee, and that's G-L-E-N-S-H-E-E pottery. I will put the link in the description. And they make these adorable little Bothies. And you can see this one is a little slate roof with a little bit of stone detail on the outside. They do make these by hand. Everyone is unique. And then I have this green one. I got a little carried away. And then they are, one of their newer ones are these thatched roof ones. So the first thatched roof they had was the straw thatched roof, which I think is so cute. And then just regular thatch, like a willow thatch. And then they came out recently with the thistle, purple thatched, and then the heather thatched, sort of more of a green. So those are my funny little things from my lounge today. This video, in no way am I getting any support or anything from the GlenSheePottery people. I just really wanted to give a shout out to them and to support local artisans of Scotland. So that's GlenSheePottery again. And oh, you can see, oh, I hope you can see that, their little stamp that they put on the bottom of each one. Come here, you. It's my dog that you've been hearing this whole time. Turn this around so you can see these creatures. Yeah, that's what Hallie says. All right, thank you for joining me, and we would really appreciate it if you would hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you, and have a great day.